Hey, you, use this secret tool to supersize your business relationships fast. Let's do step one today. Let's talk about it. This secret tool, it's not really a secret to me or the people that I interact with because I've been sharing it for 5 years, is the SOAP framework. SOAP framework stands for story step one. So today we're going to do step one, and we're going to take one of your business relationships and we're going to make sure that in the 4-day period that follows, we go ahead and we knock that one out and improve that relationship so you can grow and build and supersize your business. Because why? Our businesses are all based on relationships. Relationships with our customers, relationships with our suppliers, relationships with the people that work together to provide the products and the services that our business provides, relationships with our community, relationships with stockholders, investors, whatever's appropriate for your business, relationships with other vendors in the industry, relationships with other people that we can partner with to grow and build and supersize our business. So yesterday, I challenged you to pick a relationship that is challenging to you or one that you want to improve. And today we're going to apply step one of the SOAP framework, and that is story. And we're going to write a couple of sentences of what is our current story? What's going on right now? Why did this relationship pop in your head as one that you want to change or improve? And I'll give you a couple of examples of that. And then what's your desired story? What do you want? What do you want this relationship to really be like? What do you want the communication to be like? How do you want to feel when you interact with this person? What kind of results do you want to get? What's your objective for working on this relationship? So we're going to go from where we are right now to where we want to be in each of our stories that we're going to write. And I'll give you a couple of quick examples because we want to create that tension between where we are right now and get the vision of where we want to be so that we're moving toward that all the time. And until we actually do that, I don't know if you've figured this out or not for yourself and for your business, but until we know where we're going, it's why setting goals and having budgets and things are so important. Everybody knows where we're going. What's the target? If we're not going to hit a target if we don't have a target defined that everybody can understand. So I talked to a few people. I got a couple of folks that volunteered to share their examples. I've got two business ones. We're going to do Hunter and Mark's story. We started that one yesterday. And then we're going to do Marcus and his business partner's story. Both of these, I've experienced these types of situations in my career, my corporate career, as well as with my business partners in the past. And so I can relate to these stories and these situations, which is always fun because it helps us to learn when we can see ourselves in other people's stories, which is one of the reasons stories are so powerful. And it's the first step of our process because the stories we're telling ourselves about a situation become real unless we choose to change our story. And that's why this first step of the process is critical. We need to know where we are and where we want to be. So let me share Marcus's story with you since it's different than Hunter and Mark's story. That's pretty funny. They're both Marks. Okay, so Marcus and his business partner want to go from, or Marcus does anyway, from distrust to alignment so that they're on the same page with respect to their business. And I'll just read you what he shared with me. His current story, Marcus is a co-founder with Josh, and they used to be perfectly aligned. They used to agree on everything in terms of how to build the business, etc. But now they're clashing over decisions and struggling to communicate. Marcus feels like Josh is making impulsive choices, and Josh feels like Marcus is holding the business back. How often does this happen in partnerships? Like very, very often. Sometimes one person wants to push forward and grow, and the other person has something going on in their life that wants them to hold back and be more cautious. And then their desired story, Marcus wants a professional, clear, and collaborative partnership where they respect each other's perspectives and make aligned decisions. He wants to feel like they're building something great together again. Again, very common in partnerships where, I think the vast majority of partnerships end up breaking up and going separate ways for these exact same reasons. Unless, of course, you have a dishonest partner or an unethical partner, then you throw them by the wayside as quickly as possible. This is, of course, my humble opinion. And then Hunter and his boss, Mark, we talked about them. He wants to go from uncertainty to confidence again because I'll just read what he wrote. Hunter, and he says, I said, Hunter feels constantly unsure of where he stands with his boss, Mark. Mark's very critical and frequently points out what needs improvement, but doesn't point out what he's doing right. And doesn't give him positive feedback. Hunter often leaves meetings second guessing himself, wondering if he's doing a good job or not, or if he's even doing what he's supposed to, and he feels like he's skating on thin ice because he's uncertain, and it's starting to affect his confidence and his motivation at work. I mean, if you don't think you're doing a good job, or you don't think your boss thinks you're doing a good job, you're less likely to put forth the amount of effort and enthusiasm into your work and motivation to do a good job if you don't feel like it's ever acknowledged. And so the desired story, Hunter wants to have a clear professional relationship with Mark where expectations are transparent and feedback includes both areas for growth and recognition of what's going well. He wants to feel more secure in his role and valued for his contributions, like who doesn't, so that he can thrive instead of walking on eggshells or falling through thin ice, right? So today, what are we going to do? We're going to take the area, the relationship that we want to improve or change, and just write a couple of sentences about, well, what's going on right now. Maybe it's a relationship with a vendor that you don't feel is treating you and your business honestly, or you've heard through the grapevine, because this has happened to me as well, that my vendor was trash talking my business to other businesses up and down the street, which is never a smart thing for a vendor to do because vendors are all replaceable. So what's the current story? And then what do you want the situation in the story to be, right? So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to identify this current and the desired story. So we create that gap between where we are and where we want to be. And the rest of the SOAP framework we'll use over the next 3 days to fill in that gap, to start not 100% filling it in depending on the nature of your relationship, but to make huge strides forward to begin filling that. Because as soon as we improve our relationships, it gives us the foundation to grow and build and supersize our businesses. Any questions about this, hit me up and ask. If you would like me to do a PDF or some way of pulling this all together, I can give you all 4 examples, both that we're doing personal examples for the Be a Better You Annual Challenge and for our Supersize Your Business group. If you'd like a write-up of that for the SOAP framework and our run through this time with respect to relationships, just ask. Put in the comments below PDF or something, or write up or whatever works for you. I'm human. I can figure out what that means and make sure I get it to you. All right, that's it. Have an awesome day. If I can help you, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow, and we're going to go through these same people's stories through the whole process, the whole SOAP framework, so that we get a clear example of how it works and how it can be applied and how it can work for your business as well. Have an awesome day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.